What's up, HASfit mamas? I'm Claudia, and this is a pregnancy core workout. This workout is great through your first, second, and third trimesters, all the way through your post-baby recovery process. The only equipment required for today's routine is either one dumbbell or kettlebell. An option would be a mat depending on what surface you're working out on. If you're ready to begin, let's get started. So to warm up our core, especially our deep core, we're going to start on the ground, and we're going to start with some diaphragmatic breathing and some core connection breaths, just like we normally do. So from this one, we're going to lie on our backs in the supine position. If you feel uncomfortable in this position, you can certainly do it from a seated position, on a bench, on the floor, on a stability ball. But for demonstration purposes, I am going to be down on my back. If you are on your back as well and you feel lightheaded or uncomfortable at any particular point during the warm-up, then feel free to just roll to your left side and do it from a standing position. So first, on our backs, we're going to do our diaphragmatic breathing. So just to make sure we're in position, our head is in line with our spine. We have a nice flat lower back on the ground, so just making sure that our pelvis isn't anteriorly rotated, maybe just a slight posterior rotation, but our feet are flat on the ground. So for diaphragmatic breathing, as we normally do, we'll have one hand here on our rib cage, and we're just going to take some nice, relaxing, deep breaths. So we're filling up our lungs and our diaphragm. Our ribs are going to expand laterally, and breathe into your core. Okay, so not chest breathing, but it's all focused mainly here in this area. Okay, so we'll take a nice deep breath in and relaxing exhale out. We're going to do 8 of these breaths. That's 1. So 2. Inhale, deep breath in. And these are great breaths to incorporate in throughout your day. Just making sure that you're always in a nice aligned position. Ribs aren't flaring out. That's halfway. Exhale. 4 more. And to get these breaths right, it does take some practice. It's okay if you don't get it the first couple of times. But as a pregnant mama, this is something I definitely want you to incorporate in throughout your day. Okay, 2 more breaths. One more diaphragmatic breath here. Inhale. Nice cleansing breath. Exhale out. Okay, so for core connection, we are going to do a little bit of, I don't want to say squeezing, but some contracting of our transverse abdominis, which is the deepest core muscle that wraps around your lumbar spine. Think of it like a corset. As you are gently contracting, you're going to think of, I guess, essentially zipping up your belly button. So don't suck your belly button in, but think more of drawing it upwards. And as you do that, you're going to lift up your pelvic floor, which are the muscles in between your pubic bone and your tailbone. Okay, so without activating or contracting any other muscle in your body, we're just focusing all of our attention to those muscles there on the exhale breath. Okay, so the inhale in is going to look similar to the diaphragmatic breath. except we're relaxing that pelvic floor and lengthening it, okay? So we're gonna do 8 breaths. Inhale in. And on the exhale, gently contract that transverse abdominis, lift up that pelvic floor ever so gently. And inhale. Relax that pelvic floor. And exhale. Gently lift, contract. Okay, inhale. Relax that pelvic floor. And exhale. Lift. And squeeze ever so gently. So again, we're not squeezing our glutes, not contracting our quads. Everything is focused on the transverse abdominis, pelvic floor. Inhale and relax all those muscles. And exhale. Gentle contraction. We'll call that 5. 3 more breaths. Inhale in. Relaxing. Exhale. Contracting. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale in. And last exhale. Gently contracting transverse abdominis, pelvic floor. And relax. Wonderful. Warm up is complete. Again, we're just warming up your deep core for what is about to come. So now we are going to roll over onto all fours in what is called a quadruped position. We're going to be starting with the bird dog. So this is great not only for contracting your core, but also for your back. If you're experiencing any back pain, this is great for your lower back as well, especially as we're getting more weight up here in the front. So with the bird dog in the quadruped position, make sure your shoulders are directly above your hands and wrists. Everything is in line. We want a nice neutral spine. Our head is in line with our spine, and our pelvis is nice and neutral as well. So none of this, just a nice tabletop back. So we're going to take our right hand to our left knee, and as we do so, we're going to inhale, gentle inhalation, and we're going to reach our fist forward and kick our left leg back, giving a nice squeeze. Of course, we're exhaling on that breath. Inhale and exhale as we punch and kick out. So, of course, keeping our shoulder square, our pelvis square the entire time. That's 2, 3, 4. I'm doing 10 on each side. 5. Halfway. Punch and kick out. 7. So, of course, I don't want your leg up here because that can cause you to lose your neutral positioning. Just kick straight back and out. That's 8. 2 more on this side. 9. Last one. And 10. Okay. So again on this side, 10 on this side. 1. Inhale. Gentle exhale out. 3. 4. Focusing on your breath. Proper contraction of your core and pelvic floor. 6. Almost there. 7. That's 8. Inhale in. Inhale and relax that core and pelvic floor. 9, exhale and gently contract. And here is 10. Excellent. Now we're going to need your one dumbbell or kettlebell for what is called a walking waiter's carry. So I'm going to come over here and grab my dumbbell very carefully. Doesn't have to be super heavy, just a little bit of resistance on either side. So for a waiter's carry, think of a waiter at a restaurant, how they're carrying that tray above their head. That's exactly what we're doing, except we want to make sure that we are keeping a nice and square shoulders, contracting ever so gently our core. Okay, I'm going to start from one side. You're going to do 30 seconds on the right arm, 30 seconds on the left arm. Okay, so I'm going to start from this position here. So depending on how big the area is that you're working out in is going to depend on how many times you come back and forth. So we'll start here, walk across the room, keeping nice and square shoulders. I'm going to rotate. Remembering to gently breathe. Again, contracting our core and pelvic floor as we continue to breathe. So don't hold your breath in this position. Just continue to focus on your breath and keeping those shoulders nice and square. If you feel any strain, then definitely reduce your weights. Okay, so that's one side. And we'll bring it up overhead on the left side. You can keep your other arm out or here, whatever is going to help you maintain and focus on keeping that nice square shoulder positioning. 30 seconds on either side. Definitely an unconventional core or ab movement, but oh, so good for your deep core. And again, in pregnancy, it's all about keeping safe core movements to prevent any abdominal pressure in the abdomen. And that's it for the waiter's walking carry. So we'll just put your dumbbell to the side or behind you. Next, we're going to move it to a wall in a high plank position, and we're going to add a leg extension, 30 seconds on either leg. Okay, so over to the wall in a nice high plank position. It's really going to it's really going to depend on your foot positioning here. So the closer you all are to the wall, the easier it's going to be. The further, the harder it is going to be. You can also do this position from the ground if you're still in your first trimester. If you're in your second trimester, but you're feeling some abdominal pressure, bring it up to a bench or a countertop just to help you relieve some of that pressure. And it's that pressure that leads to exacerbating any diastasis recti. Okay, so for me, I'm in my 31st week. I'm going to take it to the wall. So from the wall here, I have everything engaged. Notice I have a nice neutral spine, again with the positioning. My ribs aren't flaring out. My pelvis is nice and neutral. And we're going to lift one leg for 30 seconds. Just hold it here. Remembering nice, deep breaths. As you hold this position, again, I have everything engaged from my glutes, my hamstrings, my quads, holding me in place while taking proper connection breaths here. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switching legs. Right here. Hold it for 30 seconds. Breathing, not holding your breath, eliminating any abdominal pressure. If at any point you see what looks like a shark fin up through your abdominals, stop that movement. We definitely want to work on breathing techniques to help rid of that abdominal pressure. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Awesome. That was a high plank plus the leg extension. Now we're going to take it to the ground for side planks, 30 seconds on either side. So I'll show you 2 different variations here. Down on our side, we want to have our elbow directly underneath our shoulder here. And for a more advanced version, you can do the traditional side plank. If you're feeling like, hey, that's not what I want, I'm comfortable here, stack your legs and just here, 30 seconds. Remember, it's all about the breath. And of course, we don't want to be rotating back or forward. We just want to keep a nice, comfortable position. So adjust for your fitness level. And I'm going to keep it here, I'm not trying to be superwoman like I said last time. Just trying to maintain strength for myself and for baby. Not much longer. We'll be switching sides. Nice big deep breaths. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Gently push yourself up as we switch sides here. Everything moves a little slower when you're pregnant. And up. 30 seconds on this side. Here we go. Starting that clock. Nice contraction of our obliques. Awesome connection breaths going on here. You'll even feel some contraction and some muscle burn in that bottom leg as it supports your body weight. And boy, am I feeling my extra body weight these days. That is okay. It's just a season, right? We're producing a beautiful human being at the end of all of this. 10 more seconds. Come on, HASfit mamas. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is the end of the first round. Okay, so we're moving it back down to the ground in the quadruped position for our bird dogs. 10 on either side. So again, nice tabletop back, head in line with our spine. For 10. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Not about speed. It's all about proper form and proper breathing. Inhale in, exhale as you kick and punch out, remembering to stay nice and square. Here's 5. 5 more. Awesome for your back, core, glutes. You're going to feel it in multiple places here. But again, just a nice, gentle, and safe core move. This is number 8. 9. Last one. And 10. Perfect. Next side. Here's 1. 2. Focusing on the core and connection breath as we move through these movements. I know if you're used to hard ab routines, and moving through some very advanced core movements. This may not seem like much, but this is not the time to really work those muscles and feel strain. We want to feel our muscles working, but we want to be safe. And 3 more. 1. Inhale in. 2. Last one right here. And excellent. That's the end of the bird dogs. Now we're going to pick up either our kettlebell or our dumbbell for the walking waiter's carry. Come back here. Grab my weight. Safely hoist it up overhead. And 30 seconds on either side. Here we go. Keeping nice and square shoulders the entire time. Breathing. Breathing never changes. Of course, mine sounds a little different because I'm talking and working at the same time. But for you, focus on those connection breaths. Not much longer. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. Switching mid-carry here. And 30-second clock begins again. Here we go. Opposite side, nice square shoulders. If you're feeling any strain or inability to keep your shoulders square, drop your weight to something that is more manageable. Again, we're just at this point focusing on maintaining strength during our pregnancy, not trying to push it, not trying to prove anything, just trying to stay safe and strong. You don't have much left on this one. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop your weight. Done with that one. Next, moving on over to the wall for our high plank plus leg extension. Okay, so again, doing this one from the wall. You can do it from a bench, countertop, or the floor if you are in your first trimester. So again, our hands are directly underneath our shoulders. Get your proper foot placement for your fitness level. Of course, if you're more beginner, here would be it. I'm going to start a little further back here, starting the clock. Now, here we go. 30 seconds. Just hold this position and breathe. Excellent core, stabilization, balance, all of that happening here. All of those things that we tend to lose during pregnancy. Working on that now. Nice breaths. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. Here we go. 30 seconds on the other leg. Staying nice and square. No rotation either way to the left or the right. Making sure our pelvis is nice and square. Our ribs aren't flared. And that we have proper alignment going on here. Not much longer, mamas. Here we go. Wrap that transverse abdominis on the exhale breath. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done with that one. Our last move, side planks. 30 seconds on either side. So carefully back down to the ground. On our sides. And here we go. I'm going to do the advanced version this time. 30 seconds. Here we go. You got it. Elbow right underneath your shoulder. Nice, big, deep cleansing breaths as we move through 30 seconds of side planks. All right, here we go. Not Much longer on this side. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, down and slowly switch sides here. Nothing wrong with slowly switching sides. Not a race. Just maintain strength. Here we go. Last 30 seconds of this routine. Again, making sure we're not feeling any strain. If you are losing balance, move it back down to your knees. Stack those knees on top of one another because you have 10 seconds left. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is it. Whew. Take some nice, deep, cleansing breaths. You can stay on the ground. I'm going to get up. And all I want to say is thank you so much for joining me today on this pregnancy core workout. If you enjoyed this routine, be sure to check out our entire prenatal program on our HASfit app. And also don't forget to give this routine a big thumbs up and follow us on your favorite social media channel. I'm Claudia and baby, and we'll see you at your next workout.